I'm Jamie, and welcome to Glowing Beauty Addiction. Welcome back if you're one of my subscribers, and a great big hello if you're one of my new subscribers. Today I've got things I would do differently than big brands do if it were my brand. Lofty? No, don't start any rumor mills. I'm not like out making cosmetics in my kitchen and, you know, logged on to Alibaba.com. And I think I've said this. I've done a lot of pre-recording. My internet's been down. I don't know what's going on with this. I have never had body in my hair at all. Like, I'm talking baby fine, poker straight, and all of a sudden now it's curling, which is very different. But we're gonna deal with it. Today we're gonna just call this the let me speak to the manager look. It's very copper eyes, nude lip, fierce. So I want to talk about things that I think brands should look into. Geez, I wish I could copyright my ideas. Maybe some of these companies will listen. So first and foremost, I think, and this probably goes without saying, but if you want your products, whether it's skincare, cosmetics, vitamins, it has to be cost effective, but it has to be cost effective without jeopardizing any quality. We all want the Natasha Denona eyeshadows, but we want the Morphe price. So there's that fine line of where's that meeting ground? Where's that perfect price and with the quality, that type of thing. On that note though, if I were to have my own cosmetics brand, something needs to be done about shipping costs. Lord have mercy. Living in Canada, part of the reason I don't have any Morphe, I think I have one, the Jaclyn Hill palette, is because for me to order something through the Morphe website and then have it shipped here, I might as well just go through Beautylish and get some Wayne Goss brushes. It is ridiculous the amount I have to pay for shipping and shipping times. There has to be a better way. Like when I've worked in offices before, you know, there's accounts. There has to be something economical, whether it's like a warehouse shipping type thing. I don't even know what the solution would be, but for my brand, I would want it to be accessible. I don't know how duty works per se, but I know it really is annoying when I go pick up a package that I've spent a lot of money on, and then I almost double that cost by paying for duty. So whether that's a regulations thing where, I don't know, you have to be licensed or have business papers, whatnot for both countries, but it's something that's companies should look into. I wanted to get the Coty Airspun powder because everybody and their dog talks about the Coty Airspun. It's the best powder, on and on and on. And from my understanding, in the States, it's a drugstore type brand and it's like around $8 for the thing. For me to get it in Canada is over $30. Like, there are websites that are advertising this powder for $23 just for the powder. Then I have to ship it. Then I'll probably have to pay duty on it. Redonkulous. Absolutely blows my mind. So that's, I think, a foregone conclusion. Everybody wants to get the most bang for their buck. Also, whenever I own my own brand, PR is going to be done so differently than how companies do it now. Now companies send one of absolutely everything they have out to everyone. I shouldn't say everyone. They send them out to big YouTubers or influencers on Instagram or the like. My theory, my logic behind how I would do PR, I would send specialized PR packages. So I am not going to send someone like myself the deepest, darkest shade of foundation that I offer if I was doing foundation, and vice versa. Now, not only is that going to save me as a company money, because there's not going to be money that is wasted. I'm going to be able to then send out more PR packages. And my logic behind that is if I can send out more PR packages to even smaller YouTubers or Instagrammers, influencers, more people will end up hearing about my brand. So maybe I'm not going to send my PR out to Jeffree Star or Manny MUA. Maybe I'm going to send it out to those influencers that have 5,000 followers instead of 5 million followers. I'm a firm believer that, you know, a small group of people might not have that big of an impact, but if you put a lot of those small groups of people together, you can have astounding results in whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. So for me, that would be how I would handle the PR. I also would not be giving PR out to influencers that, I call it dry bagging. Say we post pictures on Instagram and there's influencers that are like, oh my gosh, I'm the only one of all my friends that don't get PR. I think we all know who I'm talking about. People like that, off the list. Also, I would be all for influencers doing giveaways with my product. If they say a shade was wrong or they're not into eyeshadow, whatever the case may be, absolutely hold a giveaway for your viewers. That is amazing. Should I find out that my product is being sold online though, that would also get you barred off my PR list. And just as a funny story, how this thought process and stuff got going in my mind, with my husband and I, we'll watch the news together or something will really frustrate me, like say about the legal system. And I always say to him, when I have my island, this is how things will be done on my island. So a lot of these influencers now are coming out with their own brands, that type of thing. So that's kind of what got the wheels turning, right? So I just think that it's a more cost-effective way as a company to deal with that, but it's also has huge benefits as far as, again, getting your name out there, putting your product in people's hands. And I am not going to choose the Nicole Concilios of the YouTube world to send my PR to. I will purposely go out of my way to find people that also give negative reviews, because I want people to see how great my product is. Now, I know I'm going to have to say this a million times through the video. Hypothetically, I don't have a brand. I'm not making cosmetics in my kitchen. Just thoughts to throw out there. My thoughts on things. I want somebody, like, I think even in friendships, relationships, in life, you need somebody to keep you in check. You need somebody who's willing to call you out. I want somebody who is going to swatch an eyeshadow and be honest to their viewers and to me and say, that sucks. That's patchy, that's chalky. Or I want them to swatch it and be able to say, mother of goodness, that is the best thing I've ever seen. I want an honest response, honest feedback. What these influencers don't realize is not only are they kind of screwing their viewers when they give a false review, they're screwing the company. Like, I know the company will get more sales, but how is the company ever going to improve on their products if they never get negative feedback? They will just keep reproducing the same crap that these influencers are saying is the best thing since sliced bread and never improve. So another thought on things I may do differently as far as if I were to have a brand would be I would want magnetic pans for things. I swear by these. Like, for example, here's one of my palettes I have. These are some of my Viseart. I should have cleaned up that before I showed it. some of my Viseart items. Now, rather than have, what is this? I think this is like 3 different mini eyeshadow palettes or containers, and this is one of the Theory palettes. I keep them together. I know this particular palette is my Viseart stuff. Same goes, I have a double-sided one, so on this side, this is mostly Makeup Forever stuff and some items that I've received in BoxyCharms or something that I'll use. So I like being able to know that this is my Makeup Forever stuff. Just like, where did I put it now? I have all, well, not all, but most of my Inglot in my Inglot. And what's nice about this one too is on one side is my Makeup Forever, and on the other side are just some other name brand type things. Like I've got a Bobbi Brown, Ciate, I can't quite remember who those were, but you know, I can keep everything, and these are the things I use, right? So, for example, like I have a lot more Viseart eyeshadows. I don't put them all in here though, because I don't use them all the time. The ones I use less frequently, I can swap out and put them in the little palettes or whatnot and keep them out of my daily use type area. I just think that as far as being green, a more green company, it's a great idea. I think as much as we all love the super cute packaging of items, it's not necessary. If your product is so good, you're not going to need to hide it in all sorts of flashy, blingy packaging. Now, of course, you know, you could offer the option of, okay, well, if you want all these shadows, here's a kit. But like Viseart, that kit in my company would be magnetic, so they can switch things out. They can arrange it how they want to arrange it. How I see a color story to arrange a palette might not be how you see a color story and want your palette arranged. If you think of Manny's new palette, Life's a Drag, Lunar Beauty, you know, he's got the neutrals on one side, the pop of color on another. But maybe you see the yellow going with Mug better or whatnot. It would just be nice to be able to just pop those around and you can see your vision in your palette there in front of your face. Also, I think like things for lipsticks, now I'm talking actual bullet style lipsticks, not liquid lipsticks, but like the bullet lipsticks, I don't see why it wouldn't be possible to have your container and sell just the lipstick part, just the bullet part of the lipstick to refill the casing. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't see why that can't be an option. I know Hourglass Cosmetics does that for a humongous, phenomenal price, but why can't that be available for the average consumer? Just my thought. And then, you know, what's great about that too is people are probably more likely to buy. Now, of course, there's going to be people like me that I very rarely finish a full bullet lipstick. So, you know, on one hand, it might be, I don't know, disconcerting or whatever that, oh geez, I need another lipstick, so I've got to buy the container and buy the bullet. Well, you don't market it that way. First off, you show the lipstick in the bullet. There's 2 prices listed beside, with casing, without casing. People make their choice. And I can't see that a simple plastic casing is going to cost super huge amounts of money. Or sell a storage container so you can swap them out and keep all your little bullets stored separately in a little container of some sort, and you can swap it out. You can also do, I know Inglot does it, I think Urban Decay does it as well. You can get palettes of lipsticks. I have some of those. I'm not keen on it, so I can't really speak to that. I don't like that they're like all exposed all the time every time you open your palette, and I always feel that yickies can get in there, and I'm huge on sanitizing things. Like I even sanitize my own makeup palettes when I'm the only one using them. So I don't know, you can't do that with those lipstick palettes, and it kind of gives me the greeblies a little bit. I would also order I would have a frequent flyer miles, but a frequent purchasing program. I don't want all of my customers to have to use code Jamie at checkout. If you have bought 20 lipsticks from me, you know what? You kind of deserve that 5% off, that 10% off. I'm not going to give you points like Sephora does. Sephora's points are great, don't get me wrong, but you have to have so many of them to earn anything good. And like, I have a ton of Sephora points. Anything good is sold out like that. I can't get it. How I'm going to use up like 5,200 points, 100 points at a time of perfume samples, I don't know. For me, 5% off, 10% off, yes please. Make it a program people want to use. You know, points in my mind, it's like, what's a good example? So you're vegetarian. You go to the same restaurant every day at lunch to get your salad. Their offer to you is buy 5 salads, get a hamburger for free. It doesn't make sense. But maybe I'm too logical. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe these are all horrible ideas that people have thought of, and there's just no way they're gonna work, so that's why nobody does them. But these were just my random thoughts that I thought I would sit down and film. And I am changing things up in the background. I have gotten some different lights. I am doing this. I have set some goals. I have my birthday coming up on July 13th. I want to hit at least 400 subscribers. If I hit 500 would be even better, but that's my goal. So I am committing to this. I am going to create some good content people want to hear, people want to see. Feel free to recommend topics or videos, whatever. All of my socials are down below, as well as my email address. And I don't want you to ever feel like you can't just send me a message. I like hearing from everyone, and I love the fact that you guys are still watching me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to give me a thumbs up down there, and subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. We're not scary, I promise. We're not scary all the time. Sometimes I go on rants. And the more I look in this monitor, I very much do look very... Do I look very CEO? Anyway, enough duck face. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and until next time, love you all so much.